quite a while. So you can edit it, you can change the portrait. Oh, look at that. Welcome back, my name is Catherine, and on this channel I talk all things business, mom life, and everything in between. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe, and let's get to it. Welcome back to my channel, everyone. My name is Catherine, and today we are going to talk about what's on my iPhone. And I thought, heck, let's do a video on this, but make it a small business edition. Now, I got this phone a few months ago, so if you want to watch the unboxing and the review, I will link them below and above so you can go check that out. Now, I will say this, that it has been interesting switching from an Android to an iPhone. There's a lot of different aspects and things that you have to get used to. Okay, let's dive into this. So, my background, first of all, is lavender fields and sunflowers. And I absolutely love that idea of doing that someday, having my own property and growing those plants. So with that, I wanted it in my background so I could see it quite often and just get a visual of what I want in the future. Then we get into the phone itself, the app. So I'll just go through them quickly. This page here is very, basic stuff that you need. The calendar, camera, photos, all the apps that kind of come with the iPhone on already. Then you go to the second page and ignore all the red notifications because in a few days, I do this every couple of days where I go through all the notifications and just make sure I've, emptied out my folders. And we're not gonna talk about the 874 emails, not gonna go there. So let's get into the apps that I actually use. So we're gonna go into the social media. So as you can see here in this folder, there's quite a few of the regular apps that you use. The Instagram, YouTube Studio, because you need to know the analytics. Clubhouse, I don't use too much. Twitter, I use sometimes just to kind of get an idea what's going on in the world. Pinterest for different ideas, recipes. Facebook, I don't use often. TikTok, use all the time, like I always on there. TubeBuddy is a great app that I use and it's also on your actual YouTube channel. You can download it as a Chrome extension. So I use the app as well and it just gives me like that real-time update of what's going on in your channel. And you can also use your YouTube analytics, so this is not really a big deal. But it gives you a real-time update of what's going on and milestones that you can reach and work towards. And then we're gonna move on to the next folder, which is Google Apps. Now, I was an Android user before, so I used a lot of Google stuff just on my computer. It just kind of synced with it. So I do have the Google Calendar, the Drive, Google Maps, and Gmail, and ignore the number there, please. I know. I hear you. So then the next one is a very personal folder, so I'm not gonna go too much detail there. Messaging apps, obviously self-explanatory. I use Telegram and Signal and Messenger, and then there's one for my kids' school messenger. The next one is photo video. So we're going to this, you see Canva, Snapseed, InShot, Recorded, and Milkshake. Milkshake is not a photo video thing, but it will help you, give you, track your links, people clicking on them, see how many people's clicked. So that's an app that I put in there just for the heck of it. So Canva I use all the time, literally all the time. I actually have the pro version because there's just so much to go into Canva and it keeps improving, so I love that and I will link it below. And I also will link the TubeBuddy link below so you can check that out. Snapseed I use all the time for editing my photos. Really good app, I highly recommend it. Then there's InShot, really good for editing your TikToks and quick edits that you need. Recorded is an extra screen recording if my Apple phone, doesn't record for some reason. I've got that as backup. And then Milkshake, like I've already explained that. Then I have music. I don't use that, just have it for the heck of it. And then there's lifestyle. I have the Tasty app in there. Yeah, just to get recipe ideas. Okay, so the next part that I'm gonna get into is the apps that I really highly recommend for a small business owner or for someone that's on the go busy. So there are quite a few apps out there that you can use, but these ones are the basic ones that I recommend you get. So let's go back into the social media one for just quickly. The YouTube Studio you really need if you are tracking your YouTube analytics. Very important. I'll go into it right now. Kind of gives you an idea of what's going on behind the scenes. My channel's been doing pretty good recently, so yeah. Gives me track in time what's going on. The next one that I highly recommend is TubeBuddy. I've already explained that, so I'm not going to go too detail, but it gives you more milestones and things that you can work towards. Now the photo video section, I really want you to go into a little bit deeper. So Canva is a really good app for getting free stock footage, free elements for your thumbnails, for example, or even creating Instagram stories, I do it all the time. It's really kind of fun. If you want, you can do the free version, but the upgraded version is really good and handy. And then InShot is another editing software that you can use. It's really kind of fun. You can do collages, video, photo, whatever you want. And then I'll go into this one quickly. I just edited this a couple weeks ago and I haven't used this in quite a while. So you can edit it, you can change the portrait. Oh, look at that, just changed it slightly. You can change it to current last edit, oh wow, that's too bright, smooth it out a little bit, all different things. And then that's yours, and you just export and save it. And I highly recommend, if you are a small business owner, that you have a notes app of some sort. This one came with the phone notes, so I'll just go into it. So on this, you can create lots of different notes. You can just go in here, and then I type in what I need to do today. And it's really handy for you on the go if you have business ideas, video ideas, anything that you need to put into the notes. Then what I do is I go over to my Google Drive and I type that into my ideas list, and then I create videos around that. So it's really handy to have the Notes app itself. Now, another app that I didn't mention is actually, it's called Slack, and I haven't used it too much, but I do use it to communicate with a few friends and a few business, client stuff. You can get Slack as well. And this is a really handy way to, if you have a business, a small business, you can communicate back and forwards with your clients, but also back and forwards with your employees. So I highly recommend trying Slack. It's not something that I use regularly, but it's a really good one to try. Okay, so that's what's on my iPhone. I hope you enjoyed this video and it helped you a little bit to see the behind the scenes of what I use the phone for. If there's a video that you would really like me to do, put it in the comments below and I will do it for you. I really like the iPhone 12. It's an awesome, phone. I really love the color, just the sleekness of it all, and how it just feels good in your hand, and it's not super heavy or super light that you can fling it across the room. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, don't forget to create adventure and live to inspire. Have a good one.